welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wellness.
Well, happy Saturday and welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. And now, FM 98.1, and boy, are we heading into the holidays or what? Great times ahead. Downtown Newhall is going to be banging with lights and fun and all that good stuff. And we thank you for joining our show every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., where we get to share with you what you need to know, want to know, and should know about real estate, finance, and so much more. And we bring in experts from all around the country, especially locally here in Santa Cruz, but also from our new company. As we've been telling you, we're very excited about switching from, actually aligning with Finance of America. Skyline Home Loans, that's been around since 1985, is now Finance of America. National company, top 10 lender, has all the available options for you. And that's why we always say to reach out to us versus just online lenders that answer a phone and don't give you real advice. So speaking of real advice today, we have two experts in a field that's going to be one of the most popular opportunities, especially those over 62 and trying to figure out how the heck do I retire? How do I keep my home? There are options out there. And we're going to talk about something that I guarantee you've watched infomercials on TV with, celebrities talking about it, or heard how people didn't understand it or were afraid of it. It's called reverse mortgages. And you know us, we've been doing this for 7.5 years here. You can trust us that we bring experts in to give you what really is the truth on whatever it is we're talking about, whether it's financial planning, estate planning, college planning, you name it, we got it here. And today we have a great show to go over the details. And if you're not over 62, I guarantee your parents or grandparents are. So this is a great segment to listen to, and we're going to, of course, record this, and you can join us by going to donandgino.com, click on the live streaming button, and voila, you join us right here in our custom-built studios, right here at Skyline Home Loans, now Finance of America, in the Sunkissed building, right next to Magic Mountain. You might be able to hear the screams from the kids on the rides behind us. But we always video these. So if you go to donandgino.com, you can see all of our shows ready for you. And today we have 4 incredible segments that's going to enlighten you and inform you, or inform you for your parents or grandparents. Because, for example, I'm going to start off with a story, and then I'll introduce our wonderful guest, because the story will tee it up a little bit. For example, my neighbors, where I live, we have a nice neighborhood. I love our neighbors. They're the best people I've ever been living next to, plus they take care of our animals, they're fun. But they're in their mid-70s, and they're not going anywhere. They are super virile. They freaking run every day. They run the stairs. They're like, Don, we're going to have to move. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're going to have to move? You can't move. You guys are the best. And I'm like, yeah, we're just, you see how, active we are, but we're unfortunately starting to outlive our savings, and we can't afford our housing payment. I'm like, well, how much do you owe on your home? And they told me, and I'm like, well, how about getting rid of your mortgage payment? Would that help you keep your home? And they're like, excuse me? I'm like, yeah, how about eliminating your mortgage payment completely? All you have to worry about is property tax and insurance, and you get to keep your home. Well, do we have to give up our home? I said, no. Do we have to give up our equity? I said, no. You utilize your equity to make the payment, but that's what these experts are here for, to go through the details, because we have Joe Rinner, Director of Reverse Mortgages for Finance America. Welcome to our show, Joe.
Hey, thanks for having us, Don. We're really excited.
I love having you here, because I've heard you speak. You know your stuff, buddy, and you're not shy to share it.
I'm not shy. In fact, I love that story you just shared, because so many people out there, they have a very similar situation. They just don't know where to go for help. And so, like you said earlier, I'm just poised to be here and share the information. And, don't go online. Come see guys like you and experts in person and talk through what it is that you face, and we have a solution for you. We're excited.
All right. So on top of that, we're going to step it up also by having the VP, Vice President of Retirement Strategies for Finance America, Steve Resch, right?
Yes, correct, Don.
Right.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Fresh, but it's Resch.
Exactly, exactly. No, thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to have you guys here, because I know enough of this to, I don't know, maybe confuse our audience, but you guys have the details to talk about the different options, how it works, what they need to know, how they can take advantage of it, and why not to be afraid of it, because I know there was a bad connotation about reverse mortgages, mostly for those who didn't understand them, and for some companies that unfortunately probably took advantage of some of the elderly.
Right.
Now that's pretty much there's protected field now. I mean, it's really hard for anybody in the reverse mortgage to take advantage of anybody. There's documentations, there's classes, there's schooling, there's education, there's only certain things we're allowed to say or do, but it has to be all up front. Am I right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think the biggest thing that we try to get across when we talk to people about the product is it's not this specialized thing, this, so different than everything else. It's just like any other mortgage. And in fact, it's one of the best parts of it is that you don't have a monthly payment. And so there's one payment that's due at the end of the loan, and that's based on the decision that they get to choose when to exit the home, whether that's later in life and they want to have it till the end of their life, or they decide to sell early and go to assisted living or something like that. But we're all about providing solutions. And I think, Steve, one of the things that you and I face is always the product of last resort, or this negative connotation, I'll wait till I have to do a reverse mortgage. How's the research changed? Because really now we're talking about incorporating housing wealth into retirement and having a better outcome. What does that look like for our clients today?
Well, and you're right that the research has definitely changed. We've had a lot of research in the past few years. Dr. Wade Pfau, Jamie Hopkins, there's many others who are academics who have actually looked at the use of home equity in the retirement planning process and how it can actually be beneficial and actually help enhance a client's estate value by helping them to live longer in there and not draining their assets more than they need to.
See, I love that you brought that up, because that is the biggest fear I hear.
Yep.
And we have Dennis Kotzman coming later. He's our local expert right here at Finance America. And the biggest connotation is I'm giving up something,
right,
as opposed to gaining something.
Correct.
And using it as a retirement strategy. Correct. Versus I'm just getting a loan and you're pocketing the profit from it. But that's not really the case. It is an actual strategy.
Exactly. And to that point, I am also a financial advisor. I'm a partner in a wealth management company I started 25 years ago. And I have referred many of my clients to reverse mortgages over the years as part of a retirement planning strategy, not because they needed money. Many of these clients had $1, $2, $3 million in invested assets. But we still felt it was important to bring home equity into the planning process, because you're looking at a 30-year or longer retirement, and it only makes sense to include that large part of your asset base in the planning process to ensure longevity for your assets.
Well, I would imagine in any retirement strategy, leveraging whatever assets you can,
exactly,
as long as you understand it, makes sense, correct?
Exactly.
Because that's one of the largest assets you have.
Yes.
I mean, your goal over time is to pay down your home and someday not have a mortgage payment.
Right.
Well, sometimes that doesn't work out in the timeline that you want.
Right.
But you've definitely probably gained appreciation, principal reduction, and appreciation in your home to where now maybe you can utilize that.
Sure.
So what I love is you got to stay tuned, because today we're going to go over all the details. Let's hit some of the details, Joe.
Yeah, we're going to hit a lot of the details. We're going to talk about how it works, what options are available, especially how a line of credit growth rate works, which is very exciting. We're going to even get into some common stories and some examples of how our clients using it and how are your clients using it today, and make sure that we share that with everyone. I think you hit the nail on the head saying that whether it's reducing a monthly payment or eliminating it altogether, we want to change the way people think about reverse mortgage. A reverse mortgage is a pick-to-pay option. You can make payments if you want. So maybe right now...
I know people go like, oh, I can't.
Yeah, they're like, I can make payments.
You can always make payments.
If you're calling me and you say, hey, I want to lower my payment, how about no payment at all? Or how about make a payment for a period of time and then stop making payments? That's the flexibility we want people to understand. And I think with Steve being here, the perspective that he can bring is to speak to the examples of how are people assessing risk? How are they looking for retirement planning options when they might not have other options? And this is the greatest thing, to look at your largest asset, arguably your home, and turn it into an active asset so that's working on your behalf and not just sitting there hoping that something changes for you. That's not a strategy.
It isn't a strategy, and I love that, because actually I've been doing loans, and I've been in the lending business since for 31 years. Yes, I started when I was 12. But I'm honestly, because I'm working side by side with Dennis Kotzman here, I love that you guys have taken the time to join us on our show so we can break it down in detail for our listeners, and then we're going to put in a video and a podcast, because I want all of you out there to be able to reference this great information, because it is literally one of the most exciting financial options I've seen in the 31 years I've been in business. And this is whether I did your loan or not, or helped you with reverse. This is exciting stuff. I've seen it work with my own eyes. So please stay tuned, because this is great information. It could change your life, your parents' life, or your grandparents' life when we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Don't go away.